watching Let's Chat.
You might not have heard about the great work they are doing at Charlie's BBQ and Bakery, feeding those who have been going through some tough times during this COVID stretch. Joining us now with more on that, it is Elizabeth St. Clair with Charlie's BBQ and Bakery. Elizabeth St. Clair, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You guys, as of this week, will have fed 2,000 people who otherwise might not have had a hot meal. First of all, congratulations on that. Tell us quickly how you got started in doing this.
Wes and I were sitting at home one night, and Marcus Lemonis from The Prophet had an Instagram live feed. So I requested to join, which is something that I just never do. He brought us on, and he talked to us about the effects of COVID on the restaurant and the city and things like that. His focus is food insecurity, especially when senior citizens, when it came to our benefit.
Right.
He purchased 700 meals at $10 a piece and kind of kick-started this venture off for us. And once we saw what food insecurities were like in Chattanooga, especially in the senior community, we really wanted to continue.
A lot of those you have fed have been going through some tough times economically, but it's also impacted the restaurant industry, and I know it has impacted you folks. I'm glad this has been a much-needed shot in the arm. Let's shift gears here and talk about the great food that you can always find at Charlie's Bakery, and we begin with one of your signature items, pork. Tell me about this.
So brisket and burnt-ends are the most popular, but I was born and raised in Tennessee, so pulled pork always has my heart. It's the one I'm always going to recommend.
I understand that. You always have this, and you always also have delicious, mouth-watering, pull-off-the-bone ribs. What is your
secret?
secret?
So good. I guess it's the cut of meat we get. It's how we rub them with the spices and then put them in the smoker for around 4.5 hours, but you forget how good they are when you see them every day, and then I'll take a picture of some and I'll try them and I'll think, God, I can't believe I went for 2 weeks without eating a rib.
And on the rare occasions you and Wes get to take a trip out of town, I know sometimes you'll stop by a barbecue joint and stack up their food against yours, and I do the same thing, and there's really no comparison. Let's move down the table a little bit and talk about your sauces, which are handmade. You've got some delicious side dishes here as well. Tell me about this.
So we've got, I think we sent you the regular coleslaw, and we also sent the potato salad. So the coleslaw is just perfect on a barbecue sandwich, and I had never had it that way before we opened, and I kind of looked at Wes like he was crazy when he said, we're going to put coleslaw and mayonnaise and a pickle on the sandwich. I was like, you're out of your mind. But once you have it, you'll never go back.
And this spicy slaw that you have just recently come out with, I'm not much of a slaw person when it comes to barbecue. It's okay on the side, but this is among the best slaw that I think I've ever had in my life. What do you put in here that makes this stand out?
It's a vinegar-based slaw. It's got vinegar in our rub and some turmeric that gives it a little bit of yellow color. It's completely different from the typical Southern sweet slaw.
And being a good old Southern boy, one of the traditions I have whenever eating barbecue in any form it takes is you always have to save enough room for dessert. And this dessert looks like an old favorite, but you've put a new twist on it.
It is. It's the moon pie banana pudding, and the people in Chattanooga who own moon pie were so generous enough to show me how to make this and to share the recipe with me. It's just good. It's not your grandma's banana pudding, but it's really good.
It certainly is. I can vouch for that. And banana pudding and barbecue are two of those staples that I could literally eat 7 days a week. Now, I want to go back to what you and Wes and the entire team at Charlie's BBQ are doing as far as helping feed those who are food insecure. What is your ultimate goal for the Tennessee Shuffle in helping feed those who are less fortunate? Number one, and number two, how can those of us who don't have a restaurant get involved?
So our ultimate goal is 20,000 meals this week.
Wow.
We've achieved 10% of that, or not this week, this year. We've achieved 10% of that, and we'd like to continue it all year round. It doesn't have to be just the senior citizen community. There are so many people who may have lost their jobs, be down on their luck. It's really been a hard year, and we know that. So we want to help those people. People can call at the store and order Tennessee Shuffles. They're $10 a piece. It's a pulled pork sandwich, coleslaw, baked beans, and a fresh baked chocolate chip cookie.
Wow.
They can also, if they're still social distancing and they're not comfortable going out, they can get our Venmo account. It's Charlie's Chattanooga. And they can even add 1 or 2 or 100 when they come into the store and purchase lunch or dinner. There are a bunch of different ways.
All right. Great job that you and Wes have done. My congratulations to the two of you and my continued wishes for a very successful 2021. And of course, you have Super Bowl coming up. You're accepting Super Bowl catering orders. And you got a Valentine's Day coming up. So for the meat lover and the vegetable lover in your family, make sure and check them out. Charlie's Barbecue and Bakery. Charlie's Barbecue and Bakery, and they are on Main Street. Elizabeth, best of luck to you in the future. We hope you will stick around. We have much more coming up right after this.